Okay, so Tanaya, first of all, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Tanaya. I study in Delhi Public School, Surat, and I belong to Surat, which is a very prosperous city in the state of Gujarat. And in 10th standard, I scored 85%, and in 11th, it was 88%.
Okay, so Tanaya, first of all, tell us about your interview, when it was scheduled, and how many panelists were there in your interview.
My interview was scheduled on 17th of March in afternoon, around 2:50 to 3 p.m. and there were two panelists. One was male and the other was female.
So, like, which course did you apply?
I had applied for three courses, but I had to interview only for one of them, which was BBA in finance and international management.
Okay, so how did your interview started? What was their first question to you?
First of all, they just told me to introduce myself. So I started introducing myself, and that went for around 3 minutes. So it was quite long. I introduced everything in detail about myself.
So, what were those things you introduced yourself in the introduction?
I introduced about what the whole personality I am, what I like, what I don't like, what I'm passionate about, my achievements in certain fields that I have. So that might be helpful in getting admission.
Okay, so after the introduction, what was there another question to you?
The other question was that what were my goals in future, and where did I see myself in the next 10 years.
And then after that, how did your interview basically processed? After, what did they main focused on? Your academics, your extracurricular activities? What were they
Yeah, they
focused
are
on?
mainly focused on my academics, and they pressurized more on accountancy questions. They asked me questions related to account subject, and later on they even gave me a situation that if I was a finance manager and there was a situation, and how would I handle the situation.
Okay, so your major of the questions were from the accounting,
Yeah.
and not from any other
Yeah,
subject.
just accounting.
Okay, so apart from your academics, what all other they focused on? The general knowledge or any other
No,
extracurricular?
there was nothing else they had focused on. No GK question, and there was nothing, not really twisted questions. They were all very straightforward questions, and it was quite simple.
So if you could give an example of one or two, like which were the question asked by them to you in accounting?
There was one accountancy question, and there was a situation in which they said that if I'm a finance manager in a company, and if my employee, the accountant, there was depreciation in the account, then would I verify the account, or what would I do in that situation? They wanted to know my take on that.
So they wanted to basically know the situational things, that
Yeah.
how will you react in those situations.
Yes.
Okay, so how about your micro presentation? What did they ask you for your micro presentation?
In the micro presentation, they asked me about capital market and stock market and how are they developing. And before that, they even asked me about the stock market, that are sentiments involved in stock market.
Okay, so after your micro presentation got over, did they ask you anything more about it, or they asked you to conclude the interview?
No, they just told me the topic, and I said on it for around 40 to 50 seconds, and that was it. That was the end of the interview.
Okay, so were they very time restricted about the time of preparation for the micro presentation and the amount of time you speak on it?
No, there was no such restriction. They just gave me the topic, and I spoke on it as long as I wanted to. There was no such restriction.
So how did you concluded your interview? Did you say anything conclusion statement after the macro presentation?
Yeah, I just greeted them to have a nice day, and I really enjoyed the interview. It was a fun interview.
So did they did not pressure you much about any other things apart from academics?
No, not at all. They were very sweet, and it was really nice.
So how did you prepare for your Christ interview? What were the things you kept in mind before the interview?
So I've given many mock interviews over here, and that was really helpful. The questions asked by ma'am were also asked in the interview, and I'd also seen YouTube videos that sir puts on the website.
Okay, so basically, which ma'am had motivated you the most?
Namrata ma'am took my micro presentations, and Nitin sir's YouTube videos were very helpful. The tips that he used to give.
Okay, so then any other advice you would like to give the students who are going to still appear for the interviews?
Yeah, that it's nothing to pressurize about. It's very easy, and all the teachers were very helpful and very kind. So there's nothing very tough about it.
Okay, so thank you, Tanaya. We hope best for your future.
Thank you.
Thank you.